friends, it's Emily from burlapkitchen.com, and tonight we're going to do a fun Dollar Tree makeover. So I have this heart from Dollar Tree, and then I have these half beads. You want to start in the corner at the tips of the heart where it meets, and then the tip, I don't know how to say that, but I put those two beads and glue those two on first, and then I work my way around the center, and then I glue it. The reason I do it that way is because it just helps me to get everything a little more even. And I just base it off of the center points there, if that makes sense. So I'm just gluing these beads on. These came from Amazon. If you're interested in these, let me know. I can drop my affiliate link in the comments. So now that I have these all glued on, I am going to paint them with Waverly chalk paint. I'm using the color Crimson. I always say that wrong. I always say that wrong, guys. So I'm just painting it with this red chalk paint. You can get this at Walmart. I get questions about this a lot. I get it at Walmart. So I hear some Walmarts don't have this. If yours doesn't, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to know. I know mine still does. So once I got that painted, then I flipped it over and I forgot to take that sticker off. So I'm just going to peel that off real quick. They can be kind of a pain to get off sometimes. So once I got that off, then I just started painting the back just so everything looks more finished. So I'm just giving that a quick coat. I'm just using a cheap foam brush. Now I'm going to make sure everything is nice and dry before moving on. Then I'm going to take a sanding block. This also came from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to scuff it up just a little bit to give that rustic look. So I'm going to go over the back of it with my sanding block also. Now I'm going to put my gloves on. I get these at Walmart in the cleaning department. They're perfect for staining. Then I'm going to dip an old rag into some stain, and I'm just going to kind of wipe it on and wipe it off. If you use these rags, when you're done with them, they need to go in the garbage. They should never go down in the basement to wash with your other clothes. I'm just telling you that now because you will have stain everywhere. So just make sure you use something old and something that you can throw away with when you're done. So I'm just going in between these little beads. These beads are kind of hard to get in between, but I love the look of the beads on this project. I know my project I did last week, or Monday actually, I wasn't loving the beads, but I do love it on this one. So once I got my stain on, I made sure everything is nice and dry. Now I'm painting these mini Jenga blocks. I'm going to tell you something about these. This worked temporarily, but what I would suggest doing, because these blocks were almost too small and not heavy enough for the project. So what I would suggest doing is maybe a 2x4 rather than these and painting it, if you have a scrap of 2x4 or something that will give this just a little more weight. I was trying to think maybe even some kind of tube that you can glue to the back and put like a couple rocks in, or if you guys got ideas of how you can weight this down, let us know in the comments. So I'm just doing the same thing. I painted these Jenga blocks and I stained them, and you'll want to do that same thing with whatever it is you decide to use. And once I get that done, then I have this is a flour sack from Walmart. I coffee dye these. You just soak them in coffee for about 5-10 minutes and then let them dry. They're perfect for crafting. They're real rustic looking. So I just tied it on there, and I have this old key from my house from when I moved in. It's one of the skeleton keys. I just tied that right onto there. I love the simplicity of this craft. You could even slip a little picture in there if you wanted to. I'm just going to adjust this just to get it to look how I want to. And you could go a little more crazy if you wanted like a fluffier bow or something like that. You absolutely could do that. But you guys know me. You know I love simplicity. I don't like a lot of extra fluff on my projects. That's just how I am. So make this, when you make it, make sure you make it to suit you. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue this Jenga block on the back, and you can see how it kind of tips. And that's why I was telling you guys I would definitely recommend something a little heavier, maybe some kind of scrap piece of wood that has a little more weight to it. Or like I said, maybe some kind of tube that you could glue on the back and put some rocks in just to give it a little bit of weight so it will stand. Or maybe you don't even want to stand it. Maybe you just want to make it like it is and just lean it against the wall. That's totally up to you. However you want to do that. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this project. For more fun DIYs just like this, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.